guys, what's up? I don't usually make movies like this, but I've just been so excited about all the stuff that's been going on lately that I figured I just kind of had to do a sort of news report about all the stuff that's been going on. Let's jump right into it. First of all, the Lucid Dream, my short film that I've been working on for a long time. I know it's been a while since I've given you guys an update, but it is just about done. In fact, I'm going to try my absolute hardest to get it done this very week. And you know how faithful my word is on that. My guesses have been wrong every time so far. There's been all kinds of delays, and right now is certainly no exception. I mean, I just had a hard drive issue. I had to reformat my hard drive. Don't worry though, I had all the film backed up. I didn't lose a thing. I just tried it yesterday. All the footage and everything works fine. So the film has not been harmed by that. It's just been halted as far as production goes, temporarily though. And I still intend to get it finished by this week. It's just going to be kind of a you know, you get what you get kind of release. I haven't planned the whole time on making this be the absolute best I could do. It was just a fun project, and I'm going to keep it that way. As long as it looks half decent, I'm going to say that's pretty good. I may do a re-release that has updated graphics and everything and make it look a little bit better, because I certainly could. I just haven't taken the time to do it because I just haven't had time. But maybe I'll do a release so that I feel like, okay, I've made it that far, now I can just take all the time I need to and just go crazy with detail and things like that. So maybe we'll do that, maybe we won't. We'll just have to see what happens. And other news, Tron Evolution releases today. That is kind of what you can think of as Tron 1.5. It comes in between the storylines of the first movie and the second movie. And it's just kind of a video game that is for the hardcore fans, I should say. It's not required reading, I guess is what I really mean. You don't have to play the game in order to understand the story that comes in the second movie. However, Tron Legacy will contain references to it, so those of you who do play the game will get a little something extra. And like I said, this game does release today. That comes out across all platforms, PCs included. I think there's even a Macintosh version. Runs on the Unreal Engine 3 for all of the next generation consoles and PCs. For the Wii version, I don't really know what it runs on, but obviously it can't run Unreal Engine 3, so I'm sure it'll still be a fun game though. And I'm definitely excited to try it out on the PC because I just built this new thing here, and I think it's going to look really awesome on there. But speaking of Tron, Tron Legacy is just about a week and a half away, and I think that's going to be just like, it's going to be the movie event of the year, maybe even the decade. I am not even kidding. You know, there's just been a ton of buzz about this movie going on, and I think it's totally deserving of it, because the first movie in Tron was just totally original. You know, Disney, it seems like Disney doesn't really step out and do something totally original all that often. You know, they come up with new stuff, but it's all basically the same storyline, just put into new characters. And so then every time Disney does something that's really genuinely exceptional, you know it's going to be awesome. That's what the case was with the first Tron movie. I mean, who would think of a movie about computers in 1982? Nobody does a movie about computers in 1982. But Disney did with Tron, and it was just absolutely a smash hit. It's even still popular today. And you know, we look at it and we kind of laugh at the graphics because they're so bad by today's standards, but this was really high-tech stuff for the time, and that's what really made it so magical. Obviously today we're not going to have that same kind of, you know, that magical reaction to it, because we've seen computer-generated movies before. It's not a surprise to see live-action characters superimposed on top of a digital background. That's stuff we've seen, you know, on everyday, day-to-day stuff now. But I still think, with full confidence, that Tron Legacy is going to introduce some new stuff to us as well. And, you know, this has been straight from the directors and producers' mouths. They've said the same kind of thing where, you know, you're not going to have the same impressions as from the first film, because obviously the stuff from the first film is old technology by now. But there are some things in this movie that you have never seen before, and I honestly cannot wait to see what exactly those are. And, you know, just judging by what I have read and what I have seen of the film, because of all the, you know, the pre-release, the previews and stuff like that, I'm going to say, you know, the directors and producers are pretty much just going to have to be flat out lying in order for this movie not to be totally awesome. And because of, you know, the sort of similarities between Tron Legacy's ambitious release and Avatar, people have been comparing it a lot to Avatar. And people are like, well, is it going to be better than Avatar? And I just say to that, yeah, duh, I mean, really? And comparing Tron Legacy to Avatar, I mean, sure they have similar technology as far as what they're using, because, you know, you see, like, with Jeff Bridges, he has to act himself as a 60-year-old and he has to act himself as a 30-year-old. Kind of a problem as far as appearances go. And they decided not to try to go with the makeup route, for obvious reasons. It just wasn't going to be convincing, and it would be a problem in many, many ways. And so instead they went with using a sort of headset thing that tracks the face and kind of gets the facial animation done in real time. It tracks everything just with this camera in 3D in real time. Like they can see the final product, well basically the final product. They can see basically the final rendered CG image of the young Jeff Bridges' head from tracking his actual facial motions, and then they add in stuff in post and it makes it look just totally incredible. This is how the entire movie for Avatar was done, was with this kind of technology for motion tracking everything of the characters and stuff, and they're using it in Tron as well. So let me just say, I understand. I know why you're comparing the two films. I just think it isn't. I just think it's not fair, because Avatar, you know, its graphics might have looked nice the first time through, but really, it's become so cliched so fast. There's no way that people are going to be talking about it 20 years down the road, and no way that it was legitimately a good film. It might have, you know, all the fancy computer graphics might have kind of made us go, whoa, the first time, but it has no substance to it really beyond that, which, you know, is what makes a good movie, is substance that's more than just visual. And it has to be a deeper storyline than that too, and that's what Tron Legacy has. So I think 20 years down the road, people are still going to be talking about Tron Legacy, because 20 years down the road, people have still been talking about the first Tron movie. I cannot wait for this movie, and I hope all of you cannot wait for it as well. That's pretty much all I've got for news. Hope you enjoyed this clip. Leave your comments below.
Sem talent. Here they come.
Change the scheme, alter the mood. Electrify the boys and girls if you'd be so kind.